Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. If you are new here, my name is Cody, and if you are not, welcome back. I am spending some time this month really focusing on not wasting any food. So I am trying to use up all the leftovers that we have, and this week I am specifically focusing on baked potatoes. So I just wanted to show you guys cool ways that I like to use leftover baked potatoes. It is something that I have in my refrigerator quite often. Sometimes I will do just a whole batch of baked potatoes in my Instant Pot just to have leftover baked potatoes in my refrigerator because they are so versatile. So I'm going to show you guys a recipe today that is going to be a side dish just for my lunch today. As I have said in every other video, I am making enough just for one, maybe two servings of things, because when we have leftovers in our refrigerator, it's usually not enough to feed our whole family. And so you can scale this up if you want to feed more people. If you have more leftover baked potatoes, you absolutely can do that. But for today, I am just going to make enough for like one or maybe two servings. So for the recipe that I wanted to show you guys today, I'm actually kind of hesitant to even call it a recipe. It's more just an idea, I guess, of something that you can do. So you can change this based on your taste, specific ingredients that you like, but I am going to make what I lovingly refer to as my chip and dip potato salad. So just like my hash that I made, I am going to start off by dicing up my baked potato just in like a bite-sized piece. I have my pan heating up, and to that I am just going to add just some butter. I don't need a ton because I'm actually going to drain these potatoes after they cook, just so that they don't get just so the end product isn't too like oily, greasy. But I want to brown my potatoes just like I did my hash browns. So I have my potatoes all chopped. I'm just going to add them to that butter. Then I'm going to add in a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm going to give that a little bit of a stir. And now I am going to, with my heat on fairly high, I'm going to sit and let this just brown on the outside. I do not necessarily want this to warm all the way through. I just want the outside of this brown, because when we're done with this, we actually are going to put this aside and let this cool. So if the inside of the potato stays cool, it will actually help that process go a little bit quicker. So I just want the outside to get browned and crispy, and then we will move on to the next part of that recipe. Okay, so I am turning the heat off on my potatoes. You can kind of see the level of brown crispiness that I have going on here. I am just going to pull these out and put them on a lined plate. Just lined it with some paper towels. I want to absorb as much of that oil as I possibly can, because I don't really want that in my finished product, but I did need it to brown the potatoes. So our potatoes are nice and chilled now, and we have all of these like little brown, crispy, crunchy sides on it. So that is our chip part of our chip and dip potato salad. So then the next part I need to work on is my dip. So I will say, if you have just a tub of like ranch dip, especially if you have like a flavored ranch dip, so like a Southwest or an avocado ranch is really good. Not ranch dressing, but like a ranch dip that you would dip chips in. You can use that. I do not have any of that right now, and since I am just trying to use leftovers, I don't want to run to the store and pick that up. But what I do have is a giant tub of sour cream and a packet of ranch dip seasoning. So I am going to make my own ranch dip, and that is going to be like the dressing part of our potato salad. I'm going to use a clear bowl just so that you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm just going to follow the instructions that are on the packet. If I were going to make a big amount of this, I don't want to make a big amount of it. So I am going to just start with, that's probably, might even be more than enough for this amount of potatoes that I have. I'm not going to pour this whole seasoning mix in it. I'm going to pour a little at a time. I'm going to stir it in. I'm going to give it a taste and just keep adding just add it, keep adding the seasoning packet until you get the flavor that you personally like. If I were going to be making this like as a side for my whole family for a meal, then I would obviously then I would go ahead and make the full amount, but since it's just for one person, I'm not. Really good? I think that's perfect actually. So I am just going to add my potatoes right to this. And since the sour cream is cold, and that's why I chilled those potatoes, I am just going to stir this up, and then this is an already chilled potato salad ready to go. So that is it. That is our chip and dip potato salad, and I am going to enjoy this as a side dish just for my lunch today. But this is another way that I was able to take a leftover baked potato and make something, I mean, this is just completely different. Make something completely different just from one leftover baked potato, and just enough time to brown that and let it chill for a few minutes. So that's it for this one, guys. If you guys are interested in any of the other ways I have been using leftovers and kind of trying to transform them into other stuff that my family will like, I will leave some links down below so you guys can check that out. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching.